Hello, New Black Wall Street. This is your presiding partner, ERGJ, the Intelligent Investor. First, let me welcome all of you that are new to our group. Thank you so much for investing in yourself, taking a look and see if this is something that you're interested in. And I hope that you find this group very valuable to your investing life, your financial world, and that it is a benefit to you and your family. And so let me first start off by saying, if you're interested in the investment club, one of the first prerequisites is that you introduce yourself. So if you have not already, then please do introduce yourself to the group. You can do that via video or text. You would just introduce yourself and share your investing testimony or your investing goals. You can scroll through our group and see all the other introductions. And so if you are interested in joining the club, that doesn't necessarily mean you can't be a part of the Facebook group. But if you're interested in joining the club, then one of the first prerequisites is to introduce yourself. So at any rate, today I wanted to play a game, and that game is called Make Your Case. And so I think this is going to be a good way for us to make our case on a particular stock or a particular position, and then everyone can make their case as well. So here's how it goes. I'll present a stock, and so our stock today is going to be Apple. And so you will make your case as to whether you would want to invest in that company or why you would not. And then you need to kind of have some reasoning behind why or why not. And so anyone that reads or listens to this video, I want you to leave a comment as to yay or nay as to on Apple, and then why or why not if you have some reasoning behind it. Now I understand that everyone may not have any reasoning, may not have necessarily sound reasoning, but I want you to leave your opinion as to why or why not you would be investing in Apple. And what we're talking about here is a new position. So if you are already in Apple, obviously you have an affinity for it, but we're talking about as a group, collectively, if we were to engage in a new position in Apple as of today. So Apple is the company. So I'm going to share with you my thoughts. A lot of people ask me my thoughts on Apple, and so I'll share those with you today. And of course, hopefully we'll have a long string of comments. That's the whole goal. So be engaged. I told you guys have something to share, and one of the things that you can share is your opinion. So hopefully, throughout the week. And then what will happen is on Monday when we meet on our conference call on Monday, I'll have a poll up and we'll vote. And basically the majority will rule. So whatever the group says we do, that's what we pretty much would do. So if you can make the call on Monday, you have a chance to vote on Apple. So let us begin. My take on Apple. You guys have been asking me. And so keep in mind, this is my take on starting a new position in Apple. Not if you are already in a position, but a new position. So got the phone out, right? I told you guys to download Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance is an application that you can download to your phone. And once you get into Apple, you'll go down to, you probably can't see, it's a screen down here, and it goes through your 52-week highs and lows, the dividend, and then it's a little thing here you can click. It says View More Data. You can get a lot of data from here. They'll give you, let me click on it, give you a summary of the company, give you its performance, give you a recommendation from analysts, give you a price target summary. And so I'm just going to go through a few things here with Apple. Make your case. So here's my case. If I was looking at a new position in Apple, one, we find out that Apple is very strong for its profit and operating margin, very strong for its return on assets and its equity, very strong in its revenue. I'm going to give you some definitions in the comments as well, but 199 billion, 29% or 30% quarterly revenue growth year over year, quarterly earnings year over year, 40%. Just a strong company. We know this. Total cash, 33 billion on hand. Total debt in the most recent quarter, 36 billion. So they've been doing a lot of research. Operating cash flow strong. I mean, just everything's strong. 52-week price change, 63%. So if you had invested in Apple a year ago, you'd be up now 63%. But here's my case on Apple. My case on Apple is that if we were looking at it at a brand new position, starting a position in Apple, I wouldn't be investing. I would say no. That would be my position. And here's my case. As you're an investor, you're going to have your own set of rules as an individual investor that you're going to come up with over time, and you're going to hopefully abide by these rules when it comes to your investment decisions. And my number one rule for investing is I don't buy anything unless it's on sale. Now, Apple's 50-day moving average is $122 per share. Its 200-day moving average $111 per share, and it's currently sitting, I believe, at 125 or 127, $127 per share, and so it's $125 per share. Its top, its high for the year is $133 per share, and so that tells us that it has a new resistance or new level of resistance. So it's closer to its top, and so its moving average tells me that obviously it's trading above its 200-day moving average, and it gives me the indication from a technical standpoint. Fundamentally, Apple is just super strong, but from a technical standpoint, it gives me the indication that it has a high risk of downside potential, even though we know it has some upside potential as well. We know that the iPhone 6 just was released, and so that's the big news it was just released last quarter, so that's why last quarter's year over year was just super strong. I mean, it sold 10 million iPhones. Apple Watch is now coming out soon in April, but we won't really see those results until the third quarter, because it's going to be the second quarter earnings that'll tell us, and who knows if it's going to sell great coming out the gate. It may not. But from a technical standpoint, Apple to me is expensive. It's not on sale. And so even though we could ride the wave for that, my number one rule for investing is to buy something when it's on sale. I want to buy something that's 50 cents on a dollar, and quite honestly, clearly, Apple isn't 50 cents on a dollar. Doesn't mean it's not a great investment. It's just not something that I would vote for, if we were voting on Apple. Some other things that I look at as well is that pretty soon, the speculation is that rates will be moving up soon, and so if they increase rates, then we'll start to see kind of a sell-off or a shift in the institutional investors where they put their money at. So this past week we saw a scare of that, and so we're seeing a huge sell-off. They're talking about possibly moving rates up in June. That may or may not happen from the Fed. We don't know, but just the scare of it had people selling off. And we have people selling off. They're going to start moving their money to other positions, other safer positions, more defensive related positions. And so I would be saying no to Apple right now. It's hard to say no to Apple, but I would be saying no from Apple because one, it's not on sale. It's expensive. To me, it has more downside. Short-term downside potential than it is upside, and so when you have that, what could happen is that you could start to lose a little bit on your position, and the more that you lose, the harder it is to climb back over it. It has a resistance level of about $130 right now, which was its high a couple weeks ago, or about a week ago, and it's starting to retract. Maybe a good opportunity to get it on a dip. But with the looming Fed rate hike up, I would be saying no to Apple. And then the other reason is I follow the school of Warren Buffett, who says, be fearful and others are greedy. And everybody is greedy on Apple right now. Everybody and their mama is greedy on Apple. Matter of fact, they have a recommendation of 1.9, which means it's kind of a strong buy from analyst standpoint. And so I don't follow the herd. The herd is going towards Apple. Everybody and their mama is going towards Apple. And that tells me I need to be, from an individual investor standpoint, that I need to be cautious. And so I would be saying no to Apple. At any rate, make your case for Apple. The wonderful, great company makes the iPhone, the iPad, the Mac, the Apple Watch, Beats by Dre, everything. And make your case. Again, this is a case for a new position in Apple. Not that if you already in Apple, you feeling great. But if you're going to be making a new position in Apple, make your case as to whether you would invest in Apple or not. And then on Monday when we meet, we will vote on Apple. And so whoever has made the strongest case, and we'll read through those. If you watch this video, leave your case, leave your opinion on Apple, the great company Apple. So at any rate, again, to all our new members, new to the group, welcome. If you haven't already, if you're interested in eventually joining the club, you would need to introduce yourself. That's the number one prerequisite. And then, as I said, just share. So share your opinions on Apple, and on Monday we'll vote. Have a great week.